He's a good man. He worked hard for his family. He's a good supporter. He didn't do nothing wrong. He never did. He did nothing but give back to the community and help the community. If anything, he'll give his last dollar for anybody. The cops are wrong for this, man. They're dirty. They're dirty. Son sucios. Son mentirosos. Él es un buena gente, man. They don't necesitan morir. They just did out of hatred. White and black man crime.
Did you?
They're shooting. They're shooting.
We were just hearing from a friend of George Floyd's. We're live back here in Minneapolis. Sorry about the connection difficulties. Hopefully we're good. Hopefully the connection is up and we're good. I'm not sure what people are talking about shooting. There's definitely a lot of looting going on. The U.S. Bank has been smashed up. People are smashing up other things up here. And it's definitely going down. With a lot of smashing, a lot of vandalism. Basically, this is where we are with Minneapolis. People are not okay. They are super mad. And they are super mad at the Minneapolis police. 2 days ago, 4 officers, with the main officer being Officer Derek Chauvin, killed George Floyd. George Floyd was unarmed. He was handcuffed. And he was kneeled on for over 8 minutes, killing him. And kneeling on his neck, not just a regular kneel. Come to find out that that is not actually in the training of Minneapolis police. It's not in the SNAP training, which is it's not in what's it called post SNAP. I'm sorry, it's not in the post training. That's peace officer standards and training. It's not listed as something that the police are supposed to do here in Minneapolis. Put somebody in a neck hold with your knee, or a knee into somebody's neck. So people are really pissed. They've been pissed for the last 2 days. The video came out by Darnella Frazier, a community member who was a witness to the murder. She filmed it and she said that everybody should be able to see it. Right here in the background, so everybody's been moved back. We're not the precinct right now because the AutoZone got set on fire. The AutoZone is in the background.
That's crazy.
A building with the alarm going off. And that's this building. One of these buildings up here.
How hard is that?
The building has a sprinkler system going off outside. So here's the AutoZone. Basically, every time the police will react with tear gas, flashbang grenades, rubber bullets, marker rounds. I don't know about rubber bullets, but for sure marker rounds and some other things. It seemed like people would move back and take the anger out on property, on businesses, on things that they can see around them. So essentially there's been looting that's happened. The Target got looted today. Last night the liquor store got looted twice. Now the U.S. Bank is getting looted. The pawn shop right there got looted. The U.S. Bank is in the distance. There's the pawn shop. The police have lost control. The police are taking their defensive stance. They've moved up to this block. They've moved up to that block, and they have the area around. So essentially right now the police are controlling 4 to 5 blocks. The people have been controlling these blocks. Until that fire broke out, the fire is still getting worked on by the Minneapolis Fire Department. And the fire AutoZone has been going for quite a long time. Once the fire started, it took a while for the police to make moves. Maybe they made their calls, whatever specific calls they were supposed to make. And then from making those calls, the fire department finally came. And here's one of the pins. Can't see that. I'll get a light on here in a minute. And the fire department finally came. Once the fire department came, the police rolled up as well with them, and they basically pushed off everybody from that block, away from that block, and pushed everybody down here. And once they did that, everybody dispersed a few blocks and moving back a few blocks and started looting the next places. And so what happened to be on the next block was U.S. Bank. And so that's where, that's the latest victim of the community's anger. The anger is geared towards the Minneapolis police. You see this person got shot. Right now, a ton of people are kneeling on the front line.
Look around you! Look around you! Where the weapons at? Ain't no weapons! Ain't no fucking weapons!
You got a band started, guitarist and a drummer. We'll go check it out. A lot of bangs you're going to be continually hearing through the night. Those bangs are representative of different less lethal weapons and also fireworks and other systems.
You know what? This shit is fucked up. This shit, let me see this. This shit that they doing is crazy. The way that they did that man is crazy. All 4 of them police officers should be not only locked up, they should be more than locked up. You know what I'm saying? This shit right here is fucked up. And if we gotta do, we gonna do whatever the fuck we have to do to get justice for him. Because Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. And all lives matter. Police gotta stop doing this. You gotta stop doing this to us. You gotta stop doing this to us. We need justice. How does man get killed like this? All because of a police officer. You supposed to protect us. You supposed to be out here protecting us. You see, we all have to come together like this. We should have to come together like this. This is sad, really. This is really sad. And we need justice. We need justice. We cannot let this continue to happen.
What is
we need justice.
What does justice look like to you?
Justice means like they supposed to protect us. They supposed to protect and serve, right? The way that they did that man and had that man on that ground, what they need, and he was begging, please, and he was in handcuffs. What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? What on camera? We didn't see him do nothing wrong. We did not see him do nothing wrong. This is wrong, right? Like everything is wrong that them police did, and justice needs to be served. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say that. That shit is. You welcome.
Hey, let me give you a card real quick.
That shit is bogus as hell. I seen you. I followed you before. My name is Lady B. I think I followed you on Twitter
Word.
before.
Appreciate you.
You welcome.
My name is Nico.
Nico.
Lady B, good to meet you.
You welcome.
You heard words from Lady B. Expropriation is still happening. Keep saying what you're saying. And talk about why you're here and what it means to you. And who you are if you want. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Well, my name is Samani Scott. So I gotta, kind of think about everything that's kind of going on in my head. I am definitely hurt for the loss of George. No, I did not know him, but it still hurts. It definitely still hurts just because nobody should have to go through that. Nobody. That's just sad and sickening. So a lot of us came out here to support, you know what I mean? It was supposed to be a peaceful protest. Kind of didn't turn out that way. Now it's a riot, which, like I said, I understand people's anger. I understand, you feel me? But this is not the way to go about it. Literally, we just want our voices heard. But destroying our community, the community that people really live in. Like we live here, you know what I mean? It's just sad because now you're taking away from yourself, you're taking away from your community, you're taking away from the people, you know what I mean? At this point, it's really, really sad. Like I said, I'm 100% 10 toes for George. We're here to support all throughout it. Nobody should have went through that. He had handcuffs on. He did not resist the whole time. I've seen multiple videos. He did not resist, and they still felt the need to kill him. Somebody lost their life, just living their everyday life, literally. It is sad. And yes, my community is tired. My community is tired. As you can see, that's why we have a riot.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Hey, what up? How you doing? You want to talk? You want to talk? If you want to, I'm here for you. Talk about what's happening. You saw George Floyd get murdered. Did you see the video?
No, I ain't watched that shit.
Yeah.
I did not watch the video. I've seen enough of it personally, and I've seen enough of it in my lifetime. I'm good on all that.
Yeah. So you heard about the video, I'm sure?
Oh yeah, I got all the details I needed.
What is your feeling right now as living in America, living in Minneapolis, living in Minnesota, just living in general in America?
I feel like we're not living for anything if you ain't willing to die for something, and we got to live for something. Now is the time for that change, man. People are sick and tired, not just here in Minneapolis, but people are up here from all around. It's an international thing, man. We got to make this global. The change needs to be now, because Donald Trump, Joe Biden, those ain't the answers. So something's gonna pop. This gonna be a long summer. It's gonna be a thick winter. We going into some seasons. So this is a new norm. Get used to the shit we on here, because we out here. Real shitty.
Yeah. Wow, they just shot somebody in the leg right there.
Out of the way! Hey, don't surround him! Let him breathe! Let him breathe! That shit crazy.
person just got shot with, I'm not sure what. There was a mark around shot. I thought I got shot in the leg, but he ran away. Possibly getting shot in the face.
That's what that is. Commentary right there, my man. They just shot fam in the face with the gas pellet. That's what they own. They don't care about us. That's inhumane. They don't care. This is an inhumane practice. These people, it's not even it's a lack of humanity. It's not even about racism. It's not even about capitalism. It's not even about colonialism. It's about a lack of humanity, man. We have a lack of humanity in society in general. And I show my face. I'm out here. I ain't got nothing. Let me know what it is, bro. This where I'm from. I'm from this neck. So, man, we have no humanity for each other, man. So all this shit is a consequence. I feel bad because these is businesses, but this, man, it is what it is. Put your money where your outfit is. When you come back, when they buzz your insurance, let's see what your model look like after that. Every one of these is gonna get recoupable insurance. Every business got insurance on here. So this is capitalism at its finest. These people ain't gonna take no losses. That police department's gonna come back with more officers, more shit. What are y'all gonna do though then though? It's time though. It ain't about no carry, conceal and carry. It's about what we gonna do with the guys. Is we gonna have to change. We have to abolish the police. We have to change the narrative, man. We can no longer have a lot of the systems we have, man. I ain't got all the answers, man, but get involved, man.
What's up? Anything else you want to say?
Man, you already know Unicorn Riot, front lines, man, every time, man. There's no other place to be at, man. Front lines is the place to be on, man. Yep.
Thank you, man. You heard it here. Folks are still trying to clear out his eyes. He got shot with a gas pellet in the eye. A barricade has moved up. There's a lot happening on these peripheral blocks as the police have moved their defensive stance to take offensive stances and to take a few blocks. The people have taken the next blocks over, and it is now a part of the street seeking justice for George Floyd. No. But you can shoot an email there. Shoot it to Nico and ask me then. You guys want to say something?
Shoot our shit right now.
You can do a rap. You got a rap. We're live right now.
Live?
We're live, yeah.
What is live on?
This for George.
Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I don't know. I look it up. It's Unicorn Riot.
Let's play some music live.
Yeah, do one live. Do a song.
Hey, hold on, Mom. Hey, let me see the part.
Do your best song.
We didn't play our shit. What's it called?
Unicorn Riot. Look it up on Facebook. Unicorn Riot. We'll see how many people.
And go ask the nigga for a cigarette.
Okay, which one?
Any nigga.
Okay.
12.9K. Hey, show him this shit, bro. He got 12.9K.
They felt like they had to verify the viewers first.
Hey, you from over north, man. Y'all know.
I'm a Southsider. You a Northsider?
We Diana. You know what I'm saying? Monte gang, Diana. From over north. No, we come from Monte gang, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm there, my demon. Hey, I gotta show him. Yeah, okay. Don't let all my demons, man. Hold on. You said you want us to freestyle?
Yeah, you can be on TV.
You want to freestyle?
Hey.
We gotta talk through that mic or somewhere where they can hear.
Yeah. So are y'all gonna rap?
Yeah, we're gonna freestyle.
You're just gonna make beats? Okay, you got beats and you're gonna rap? Okay. Yep. I can hold it. So then, because it's both y'all rapping, so I hold it.
And it's for George too, for we finna make an RP George little thing, bro.
All right, yes, please.
RP George. And it's for George, bro. It's for George.
It's ready when you are.
Watch out, watch out.
Hop in the coupe, drop top on all these bitches.
I mean, you don't know what the money.
Yep, you can take it.
Gang. Hold on, this for George, man. Hold on. Go ahead and spit that shit. Look. Spit that shit. Hey. When I step up in that motherfucking street, you know what's to me. I'm looking for the motherfucking licks. Easy as can be. Walk up in that bitch like with a cash. Where the fuck the rack? When I pick up foods with the snacks, I pack it in the bag. Any nigga this on me, then his ass still get hit. Oh no, pull up on this block with a big old stick. That bitch stick, she doing dick. Tell her do the click. You this on my take game. I swear you'll get hit. On the call, man. Get a beat, but fuck it. On the catch her out by up. She suck my nuts, she suck it. That little bitch keep on busting. Hold on, I'm fucking on her sister. I'm fucking on her. Hold on.
RP George, bitch, I'm from the A. Please don't try to run. We might hit your back, and we cannot lag. Yeah, we pistol pack, and yeah, we getting money. While you broken mad, my niggas get to the bag. Catch our Billy on your ass. Boom. Over north every day where I be at. Pull up in something fast like a jag. Like, call a Quan, he gon' hop on your ass.
Hold up. Cock it back and I'ma let that nickel blast. Listen on me, we gon' come through, split your ass. If you diss on my take game, then we gon' get your ass. On the pull up, extended clip, just come split your ass.
Hey, we pull up in minivans. I'm gon' knock on. Wait, hold on. We pull up in minivans. Get to drop in minivan. Mopping niggas be popping hands. Matter of fact, we don't use hands. Pull up this Glock. Hold on.
Hold on. Brand new Glock and it came with a beam. I been sipping lean. And that bitch up on my hip, so nigga, fuck you mean. I get green for the team. Hold on, man. I fucked up, but hold on. I'm finna take the whole G. Fuck up a beat. Hold up. These niggas that know that we savage. How about you get us some cabins? Hey, catch y'all lacking on plastic. You phone them up in traffic. Hey, catch y'all lacking, you know we gon' blast it. You know now. I'm fucking up.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, but that's just a license.
You know, I fucked up my ankle trying to kick me over. I fucked up my ankle trying to kick over the window. My shit.
Hey, what's your all's name? Where can people find you?
Lil Mel, man. Look up LAMELL on YouTube, man. Lil Mel, Lil Quan, man. But we finna play some real hot. We got some real hot shit, man. That's just some. You feel me? Some off the door.
We'll do like another minute, and then I gotta get back over there. I'm hearing the police are gonna start moving.
Fuck 12, RP George, man. Make sure y'all, you feel me? Make sure y'all get that known. RP George, racist ass pigs. You feel me? Doing stupid shit, man.
RP that nigga, man. My take game. We get money, man. All of that nigga, man. Free all my minutes.
We get money, man. You feel me? Meaty, man. We get money, man.
Free all the minutes.
Hey, thank you all.
Hey.
What's your name again?
Lil Mel.
Lil Mel.
Lil Mel. L-A-L. Fuck, I wish I should have played a song. That was just off the dome, though, man. Lil Mel
okay.
from the app, man. Northside, man.
All right.
My name Lil Quan from 052 Monte Game, so you already know what's up. Get out.
What's your name?
Damari.
All right. All right, you all.
KT Hunter,
Hey, you want to say anything?
yeah, fuck it. Long live George. KT Hunter, you feel me? What you gotta say, babe?
Hold on, folks. Hey, I can't get my boy. Hold on, man. RP Skull.
Oh my mama,
Feel me?
nigga, fuck for
RP
skull, nigga. Long live 50. Fuck the.
Hey, leave me the bird on Instagram. Fuck with it.
All right, so you heard just some raps. It's literally a party in the street. I'm hearing some conflicting reports from some things that have happened around this area to try to figure out some of the stuff. We're gonna walk down here and look at Tippy. Hey, what's up? Hey, did somebody? I just saw a tweet. So this one?
No, there's
Okay.
one, isn't there? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second.
And I'm live right now. Do you, I mean, I could ask you. Is that okay? Okay, yeah. No? Okay. And then, so Cadillac's on like 15th.
I don't know. I was gonna look it up.
Bloomington.
On 15th?
Yeah. Shit. Okay. A lot of looting has happened, as you can see, and as you probably know.
Hey, man. Hey, Black Lives Matter, bro. Yes. Hey, yeah. Black Lives Matter. Nigga, loco too. Fuck 12.
So supposedly, like, there's this looting that's happening, and a pawn shop got looted, and not this pawn shop that we just walked by, but Cadillac Pawn, which is by Bloomington and Lake, 15th and Lake possibly. You know, here, this is exactly what, you know, we already knew was happening. You can hear it. All these businesses are ransacked. This is a Tippy the Spy cam. This is literally a surveillance camera that has been smashed up and disassembled, it looks like, with the camera part. So, just wanted to show you all the tippy being tipped over. A lot of stuff is still being expropriated from businesses around this area. From my understanding, a pawn shop owner killed somebody suspected of looting his pawn shop. Shot him and killed him about 13 blocks up. Yeah, and this is US Bank. The US Bank is now smashed up. And I'm sure some things got expropriated from it. I'll show you all the banks. Circle A, ACAB. They didn't get inside on this angle. They might have got inside on other angles. You can hear fireworks in the background and other flashbangs. Yo! Hey, y'all want to say anything? You don't have to. That was a weird shirt.
I'll say.
Cool.
Just a couple.
Side note, real quick. I found my keys.
You found your keys? I lost my vape.
Oh no.
I know.
Okay.
I'm sad.
Hey, so yeah, you want let's stand with this so you can.
Hold on,
yeah, so people can see that.
Right there. Perfect.
How you feeling about today? I know you're a Southsider. You can talk about anything you want.
Yeah, so we live literally right here. We're here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We've been out here for the past 2 days protesting the death of George Floyd. He was a community member and he was murdered in broad daylight by the Minneapolis Police Department. And this is the community out here that you're seeing right now. This is Southside. This is Minneapolis. And, you know, our people are dying every day, so, you know, this is what happens when you keep killing our people. This is what happens, you see here, so this is a warning for the entire world that, you know, you need to stop murdering us, you need to stop murdering us, you need to stop murdering our people. Black Lives Matter. You need to say his name. You need to be watching. You need to remember those fallen and those who are speaking out against the injustices that are happening right now. And if you can't speak right now, you should be standing strong with each and every single one of us. Yes, because we're fighting for our lives out here. You're on stolen land right now. And you should start respecting it and the people that are on it. Yeah. Power to the people. Black Lives Matter, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll get you another quick angle.
On every single live.
I think that nobody's in here right now, so I think I'm safe to film this. I'm not trying to film anybody in here. Again, it's just anger. There's no recourse that people feel like they have. There's no accountability for the police. Continual terror. It's what happens. You know? It's a human reaction at this point. So yeah, people are still going in the bank on the side, still moving around it. You heard the person just walk by. Midnight talk shit about Minnesota. They kill us, we can kill them. it's just anger continuing. Again, we'll bring it back in a quick recap. Unicorn Riot is 5 years. We are a non-profit, educational, media collective, media organization. We are dedicated to exposing and bringing context around social and environmental struggles, as well as bringing light to alternatives in today's world. Now, 5 years in as Unicorn Riot, we are running a fundraiser. We have the ability or want and the financial privilege to support. We have a 5-year anniversary fundraiser. So people are still going through the pawn shop. I'm going to bring it back real quick with the Unicorn Riot Speak. Thank you all for supporting us, and thank you all for continuing to allow us to report and do what we do, document what we document. If it wasn't for you all, we wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you all. Again, you can go to unicornriot.ninja/donate if you have the ability, or you can go to unicornriot.ninja and find the 5-year graphic. Click on that, and that's where our 5-year fundraiser is. We've been covering a lot of police killings. In 2015, the Minneapolis police killed Jamar Clark. It was an 18-day 4th precinct occupation in 2015 that ended with an eviction by the police. It was a lot happened during that time. That time was ran by Black Lives Matter, an organization that was taking the lead in organizing and controlling all the demos. That is not the case for this recent killing. There's been so many killings in the Minneapolis and St. Paul area lately by the Minneapolis police. It's not just a thing where it's like, oh, it's a one-off thing. No, it continually happens. This killing really shocked a lot of people, and maybe not shocked the people who already knew, but it shocked the other side of the mainstream society that really didn't know. That really was sort of not sure, but like maybe there's still racism going on, but like they don't know. They might see it every now and then, but no, this is a pretty clear shot.
Hey, Unicorn, what up, boss?
Thank you, man.
Hey,
What's your name?
Yesterday, I'm David, bro.
David.
Big Dave. I got a little podcast trying to be like you when I grow up.
Hey, I'm Nico, man. Good to meet you. Do you want to talk?
Yeah, why not,
You're
man?
the only person that got me, dude. I'm so thank you. This is my boyfriend. You're the only person that got me on TV. I'm so excited.
Word.
What's up, bro?
When was it? Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. We were in the
was
middle
at
of
the
that
police
shit.
station. But yeah, no, we could get it like this, bro.
Oh, beautiful.
Dog, like they think we're gonna stop this shit. It's not gonna stop at all. Like they think we're gonna keep doing like the whole Martin Luther King thing, but now it's time for Malcolm X. We're gonna make a change. And as you can see, we're not going nowhere, and we're not gonna be stopped. This is how it's gonna go, bro.
They
Straight
maced
up.
us hands down.
Stay tuned with Unicorn
Hands
Riot.
up on our
fuck the
knees.
police.
Hands up on our knees. They maced me.
Hey, look at my leg, bro. Look at my leg. I'm 16 years old. They shot me, bro. They shot me, bro.
Our hands are up. We're on the ground.
Hey, but they not gonna stop me. They not gonna stop shit. They not gonna stop shit. They not gonna stop shit.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
what's
you
your name?
for sure. Michaela.
Good to meet you. I'm Nico. Nico.
All right, bro. Yeah.
Good to meet
Hey,
you.
Nico
out here with the riot gang, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, what up?
What's up, man?
Yeah, man. They shot me, bro, but they can't stop me, bro.
Let me get that too.
They can't stop me.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you show that so you can see what these motherfuckers really do. They really shooting kids, bro. Make sure you see that, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Really shot me in my shit, bro.
Hey,
Really
in
shot
South
me.
High. You go to South High?
Yes, bro.
Right
I go
up
to
the
South
street.
High School, right up there, bro. They destroying my neighborhood, bro. Destroying everything, bro. Looting everything, bro. You know,
Hey man, fuck the cops.
yeah, bro. Fuck the cops, bro. Tell them, bro. Tell them. Fuck the cops.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. None of this would have started. None of these businesses would have done. Like, you know, none of the bad things would have happened until they started shooting, bro. While it was a peaceful protest. That's how they
bro,
want to
I don't want
act.
this shit.
We're gonna show them how we act.
Look, you think I want this shit, bro? That's my school over there, bro. Come on now. You think I want that shit,
All we
bro?
try to do is use our boy.
My boy, Nico right here.
Yeah, my mama. Yeah, every day getting that speech. He a rapper.
Just finna go to CVS.
Hey, his
Put
name
my,
is-
hey, my Instagram, FDaddy24.
Shout it out.
FDaddy24, you
Speak on what's happening,
You got a rap? Spit a rap.
No,
Hey,
speak
man,
on
I
what's
got a
happening,
couple-
bro.
Yeah, speak on what's happening, please.
Hey, fuck the cops, you hear me? That's the first thing.
Look, brother.
I'm
You're
getting
good,
to the,
you're good.
hey, I'm getting to the money, you feel me? That's the shit we gotta be worried about.
All right. So you see this right here actually means something to me as a person. RIP tour.
Not gonna be stopped, bro. We're not gonna be stopped. Either way it goes. We're out here all night, all day, until something happens. Because every time we let stuff go unheard, and it goes back to business as usual. But I mean, from Texas all the way to Minnesota, we're making it known that we're gonna do something about it. And you heard it here first on Unicorn Riot, because this is what it is. He's bringing it to you live, and this is how it should be. There's no other reporters out here but him, because everybody else is scared to see what's really going on. This is what's happening. This is the real shit. This is what you should be televising, because the truth will be televised all 2020. We're no longer hiding, bro. Appreciate it.
Let's go.
Yeah, for sure.
All day. Yesterday, today. Jamal Clark. All of them.
That's true.
All of them.
What brings you out?
Look, we out here supporting this movement. Come on out. If you can't come out, send some water. If you can't send some water, send some masks. If you can't send some masks, get on Twitter and share. Do something. Just get up off your butt and do something. Come on, let's go, y'all. Minnesota, North Side, South Side, stand up. Let's go. You watching the Fly Subject,
You
baby.
already know what's going on. It's your girl, AA Leah. We out here on the front lines. You already know what's going on. We finna take over the world with this. The Fly Subject, stay in tune. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. George, you know what I'm saying? We really gotta stand up and really just, we're in quarantine right now, well, supposed to be, but take this time and really sit and think about stuff like this. All this writing stuff, that's cool and all, but really sit and think, how can we come to a conclusion where we can make change to where we are today? So get at me, the Fly Subject on Instagram. We're going viral, baby.
Trying to catch up to some messages real quick. Give me a So again, here we're in Minneapolis. This is Lake Street. The police are still continuing to shoot pepper bullets, pepper pellets, pepper guns, mace, concussion grenades, rubber bullets. What'd you get hit with? Mace or tear gas?
Both.
Oh. Are you alright? What's bringing you out here?
Hey, for my people though. Hey, bro, y'all bogus as hell. My people ain't do shit. We was on this planet at first. Everybody is equal. I just want everybody to stay, keep to the power.
Appreciate you, man.
Oh my God. A little bit. Oh my gosh, girl.
They got you again?
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, girl. Oh my gosh.
There's definitely some tear gas up here. Or just a lot of mace. Bears. I took my mask off.
Oh my God.
I almost had to sneeze.
No justice, no.
So I definitely think it was pepper spray. Sometimes they smell the same. Sometimes they smell different. Sometimes everything blends together in these moments. Sometimes they all take so long. This is the middle of an uprising here in Minneapolis. This is the second night. One of the signs in this store says free shit for everyone. You see 2018 France, 2019 Hong Kong and Chile, 2020 Minneapolis. You see another RIP tour. Tour is a dear friend of a lot of folks in this community. A dear friend, a dear friend. Very much missed. But you see this, free shit for everyone. Instead of prosecute the police, it's been crossed out, it says shoot the police. People are continuing to go inside of the pawn shop. That is going to be a continual thing. People are also inside of the U.S. Bank. Supposedly this looting had moved down many blocks to Bloomington and Lake. Supposedly somebody, the owner of a pawn shop called Cadillac Pawn, from my understanding, has shot and killed a suspected looter today, this evening, about 14 blocks from where we are right now.
That shit looks strong, doesn't it?
This is the most speak that the community has ever had. This is the most, what would be the word? You all already know. But right now what we do know is that the police are basically 2 days into a consistent, sustained uprising here in Minneapolis. This is not just a protest. It is not just one march. People don't even want to march. They have a lot of anger. There is no specific leader out here, making it very, very difficult for the police to control what's happening.
I just started following you on Facebook.
Word, thank you. I'm Nico. Nico, my name.
I'm Shay.
Shay, good to meet you. Yeah. You want to talk?
Fuck the fucking police. How about that? George Floyd, you understand? They're dicks, cowards, pussies, they can't do shit. Fuck them.
But hey, that's our engine.
You like your word, bitch? They just bust open the fucking no justice, no peace.
When it comes to policing, try to stay on top of some of the interactions that the police use, some of the reactions they use, some of the tactics they use, some of the weapons they use, some of the less lethal, and other such things. We've released a guide that talks about how FEMA utilizes their operational management. That has everything to do with basically how the police are also maneuvering their maneuvers. Basically, when it comes down to crowd control and policing the crowds and trying to figure out how to stem any kind of protest movement, we at Unicorn Riot have tried to cover some of those things of how the police have used their training We've obtained the Field Force Operations FEMA training manual, and this is extremely helpful to understand the kinds of less lethal weapons and tactics that are used by the police. That can be found on unicornriot.ninja. We dropped that in 2016. You can go to unicornriot.ninja and you can type in FEMA training manual, Field Force Operations training manual. We have a lot of specials like that, of similar ilk, that specifically go into the police operations and how they operate. And just throwing the police are shooting. So some of the people in the front line are like, yo, don't throw anything because the police are then like shooting me. And then people in the back are like, well, I want to throw things and not get shot. It's a whole bunch of things you hear people talking about. Up and down the alleys, it's just a continual thing. It was earlier just people all over the alleys, graffiti everywhere. More stuff is getting smashed down the street.
You is not white, nigga. If you could be in this shit, you a white nigga. Fuck you.
The police have stopped people from going towards the precinct because AutoZone is on fire, and it was on fire for a while. I'm not sure if it's still on fire, but we'll look at it. You see right here. They use a lot of munitions out here. They've shot a lot of things. Yesterday they shot hundreds of tear gas rounds at people. They just shot some tear gas somewhere. That's why everybody cleared out of here. Shit. I was not aware until I started breathing it. Again, I took off. His face set it off. Gotta get by this fire.
Tell him how you coming.
Ah, sorry, the light's too bright.
Nah, some shit was some.
Oh, it's the tear gas. It's down there. Be careful.
My shit though.
Do it.
You know how to fuck.
Now you don't know what to say. You got this.
My man's gonna speak.
You know what the fuck going on, man? Yo, this shit hurts.
Yeah, it's the tear gas. You just walking right into it. If you go this way, you'll be all right. Because if you get on the other side of the fire. Oh, it didn't get better over here. I thought it would. I thought it would get rid of the same air. Oh, that's what they did. They shot it over here at the bank. I think, or the bank's on fire. There's literally hundreds of people out here, probably thousands. Yesterday there was thousands, multiple thousands, like maybe 5 to 10,000. Again, this is not the only place that things are happening. 30th in Chicago is the vigil site for George Floyd. I can't tell if the bank is on fire for real, but it looks like it. I'm gonna have to put my gas mask on in a minute. I don't want to get that on film, but I'll get back over there. This is the bank. It's Metro PCS. We're probably filming from here. That's basically what's happening here. The police are all tied up trying to police the protest that is dispersed through multiple blocks. It really isn't even a protest. There's other words and adjectives that probably could describe it a little better, like an uprising. Sorry about this consistent jiggle. I'll try to get this light a little tighter. I'll try to be more smooth when I walk in. Again, thank you all for joining. People are out in response to the murder of George Floyd. George Floyd was a man in his 40s, killed in front of Cup Foods on 38th in Chicago. Derek Chauvin, Minneapolis police officer from the 3rd Precinct, is the officer who put his knee into George Floyd's neck. Tu Tao, who was his partner, was stood to the side and told people to not do drugs. That's the reason why they were putting their knee into Derek's neck, evidently. He was wanted for check forgery. From my understanding, during the coronavirus pandemic, if you get arrested for check forgery, you will not go to jail. You will only be given a ticket. It is that small of a crime. Check forgery of $20. You will not go to jail right now during this coronavirus pandemic. And Cup Foods called the police on George Floyd. The police reacted by arresting him. While they were detaining him, they had him in handcuffs, and they then killed him. He was unarmed. George Floyd was unarmed. There was 3 other officers that were fired along with Derek Chauvin, the main officer who killed George Floyd. As I was saying, George Floyd would not have gone to jail. They would not have needed to send George Floyd to jail during this coronavirus pandemic. $20 misdemeanor for check forgery. That doesn't warrant somebody to go to jail. I don't know if it's a misdemeanor specifically, but I think it is. It's a very small crime, very petty crime. And they killed him for it. We heard somebody talking about capitalism earlier, sort of saying it's not just capitalism. And part of a figment of capitalism, of what it is valuing profit and property over people. And that's a continual thing we see during these riots that you can see across the globe, across anywhere really. When you have the voice of the voiceless speaking out, or even the voice who, or even just people speaking out in general, and they utilize vandalism or destruction of property to sort of signify their anger. That means a lot of things to a lot of people. To capitalists, that means that they need to crack down harder, that they need to then,
Hey, bro. A little to the left.
But yeah, when it comes down to this, essentially our system is such as a capitalist society. Capitalism is entrenched in everything, and capitalism in America is born from the genocide and then the chattel slavery. So the genocide of this land that we're sitting on and standing on and living on in the so-called United States of America, utilized and built up by slaves from Africa, by Africans who were brought into slavery, chattel slavery, as somebody's property, to create a system that values property over people. It's really not hard to understand how we got here, especially with no changes since people have been fighting for them. And that was since the beginning of so-called America. We heard earlier from a person who lives on the South Side, indigenous activist, water protector. So when she was speaking in front of the bank, she said that everybody is on stolen land. And essentially, you know, it boils down to capitalism, it boils down to racism, and it boils down to anti-blackness. These are all entrenched in society, these are all entrenched in capitalism, these are all entrenched in our way of life and the way that we live here in America. A lot of people are searching for something different in other places, and there's specific examples of something different. What that means to different people is different. But there's different ideas of how to live and how to structure a society that doesn't have and model people as property over people. Jeez, totally screwed up the outro. Sorry about that. Not the outro for the stream, just the outro to that little part. I'm gonna move around a little bit. I had to sit down for a second. Thank you all for letting me do that and vent a little bit. Some of the thoughts that are coming through my head as we're documenting a uprising here in Minneapolis. This is definitely the most actions we've seen in Minneapolis these last 2 days that have definitely extended past what we've ever seen in the past of Unicorn Ride's 5 years and other people's lives in Minneapolis. And we're witnessing the anger, the palpable anger of the community. Again, if you are new to what's going on, we're here in Minneapolis. This is Nico from Unicorn Ride. Thank you, Chris and Dan, and other folks from Unicorn Ride who are running the back end. Thank you, supporters who have allowed us to utilize our equipment. Yesterday we had a couple incidences where the police targeted people either surrounding us, next to us, or us in general, me in general. And I got hit with a few less lethal munitions, but I think that some of those munitions and some of the other actions and everything else that was happening win either a Ford or the camera. And so that is an unfortunate incident, unfortunate thing. There's the bike cops that are moving a little bit, but not anymore.
I'm gonna make it worse. Let's go make it work. Don't make you any more human than me. We bleed the same, don't we? We got the same, don't we? Damn straight. How would you like it when it's up to you? Throw me high. Yeah. Whoever got the strike. Hold on. All right, bro. We take a shot at anybody over here.
When we're talking about basically the past covers that we've had on training manuals and also just in general police killings and police interactions with the community, we've covered a lot. As I said, we've started with, in 2015, there was, like one of the second videos I think we produced was Justice for Tania. It was a girl who was a young black girl who was shot by a white cop in her stomach. She was unarmed and done anything wrong. And her mom wasn't allowed to see her in the hospital. And so her family wasn't allowed to see her because she was a suspect in some crime after they shot her in the stomach. And so those are the things that we continually cover. We heard from the community during that time in 2015, I think in May. We documented that, and from there we continue to document these incidences. As we said with Jamar Clark and Cordell Handy, Fernando Castillo, Bill Quinn, the list goes continually on. There's an officer actually taking a piss right next to a Fuck 12. Wow.
Yeah, think about that shit, bro. I hope you fucking marinate that shit in your head. I hope you think about this shit every fucking night. Y'all caused this shit. Y'all caused this shit. Y'all backing out the fucking broken system that's hurting all of us. Y'all backing that shit. My job owing the fucking and I would stay my ass home.
Yeah, so Real quick, I'll bring up some of the other things that have happened that we're working on. We're working on quite a few pieces that are bringing context around.
I can't breathe! And fuck Terry Hall! I can't breathe! 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 I can't breathe!
With every victim of police terror, there's his family in the community that's behind him, grieving, missing the loss, wondering what their life is like in the future, wondering if they fit in this world, wondering if they're safe, walking down the street, leaving their house, are they safe? There's all these thoughts that folks that quite clearly white folks don't have to deal with, and the other folks do. Whoa. Whoa. He was done. He was done. It's so dark, dang it.
Let him go!
Car 25. Got me a second. Dr. Peters is requesting
So that man actually walked up to the police officer and was trying to get at him. And he was sick of this shit. These cops are just letting off. That was about 7 shots in a matter of 20, 30 seconds. Nobody even doing anything really over there. There was somebody who walked up to the line and was trying to let him have what he thought he could let him have. I don't know if he threw a punch or what he did, but they beat the mess out of the man. And you see them walking into the precinct. Yeah, that's the squad up there. That's like military squad. Let me see. Squad, I can't see that. So that in front of the precinct, they definitely have militaristic police presence. I hear somebody saying go back to Oakdale. That's where Derek Chauvin lives. There's been a continual presence outside of his house since the killing of George Floyd by Derek Chauvin.
Go back to Oakdale!
Hey, we don't do body shit. It's 2020, we don't do body shit.
They're also saying go back to Oakdale.
Take that shit to Oakdale!
Very few Minneapolis officers actually live in Minneapolis, from my understanding. I was told in the 90s that Minneapolis police officers don't live in Minneapolis because they arrest folks that are in Minneapolis. They get, from my understanding, they don't want to be around the people they arrest. You know, they want to be at war with the people. They don't want to know how the community is. They come in from outside of different communities. There is a few officers, yes, that are from this community in Minneapolis, on the north side, the south side, southeast, and northeast. I think one of them is the police chief right now, Chief Arredondo. Beyond that, there's a few others, and some of them are in high-ranking positions. Another interesting thing about the Minneapolis police, about Chief Arredondo, that he actually sued the police successfully, from my understanding, He was one of 5 officers that all sued the Minneapolis Police Department for racial discrimination. He is now in head of the Minneapolis Police Department. The Minneapolis Police Department has been notoriously racist, anti-black, notoriously racist since its inception. If you want to know more about Minneapolis police, there's actually a local group, a local collective that's organized itself autonomously and volunteer-wise, I believe. Wow, he's pointing at that dude you see the light shining on this man with the camera? He's literally not doing anything, and this officer is pointing. Oh, he stopped because he realized he just had a camera in his hand. MPD 150, I think .com. MPD 150. They did a 150 years history of Minneapolis Police Department. Check it out if you want to know more information about the Minneapolis Police, how they operate, how they've been operating, how they don't operate within the community, how they don't uphold the thought process that many people think of the police to protect and to serve. At this point, a lot of people think that it's pretty evident in the North. Police were created to protect property. In the South, police were created to stop the slaves. They were used as slave catchers. So the police are about to roll through this spot with firefighters, and they're not carrying them. People are standing there. So the history of the police is not really one where you can say it's, oh yeah, they're here to protect and serve. Literally in the North, as we're saying, the North side of America, the North, the police in Chicago and Minneapolis, most of Chicago, you can point to that, where a lot of anarchists have fought for working hours for people to not be so extreme and be down to 8 hours. A lot of the anarchists actually got deported, got killed, many other things happened to them during counterinsurgency efforts of the United States government, who was trying to stop organizing, stop the workers from organizing to have better work protections and better wages and everything else that people are still sort of struggling today, but that a lot of people say are huge victories. A lot of people are down here running, but that's only because the police showed their gun. I'm not really sure why. Okay, so we'll go back to a quick discussion about the police. They continue to take people. The police terror continues to happen. I don't think so. They got like the military police in front of the precinct now. Oh, really? Camouflage.
Wow.
Camouflage
the
SWAT.
military's in front of the precinct right now. Camouflage. Yeah, I know. They're en route. They're here.
Shoot all of us? Let them come. Let them come. That motherfucking
We will keep coming back until y'all motherfuckers get the damn message.
But they also said, though, to shoot with deadly force.
Then they shoot with deadly force. They gotta kill a whole damn city.
Ain't nobody scared.
And you think it's just us? We got St. Paul too.
Don't think it's gonna end with us? Don't kill us.
We got St. Paul, and then everyone else in the fucking world is gonna press. This is bullshit.
Don't kill us. It's gonna be way more than that.
Wow, so I'm just seeing now that the University of Minnesota's president's office announced that they are no longer going to get MPD, Minneapolis Police Department, to detail their events. So in other words, they will not use the Minneapolis Police Department for security at their events. Minneapolis Police Department has, again, just a very contentious history. And along with the police in general, as we were saying, there's a grieving community that continues to follow after each killing, each instance of police terror.
I'm looking at you too.
Mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, cousins, aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces. They all have to deal with the aftermath of that person being dead. There's no coming back for them in this life as we know it.
You're getting a joy out of me.
The police kill over 1,000 people a year. 1,000 people a year. You can do math. You can do some data collection, and you can find that there's countries where 1,000 people don't die from gun violence at all. There's places that are war zones that 1,000 people die from gun violence a year. And the police regularly kill 1,000 people a year in America. Along with that, again, curtail back to the grieving, to the process of grieving, to the process of dealing with the aftermath of the police terror. When it comes to that, we have a documentary that's coming out called The Mothers. That's going to be coming out in a few months. We don't really specifically know the timing. Looks like they're coming to the bank, the way they're circling around. I'm not really sure what they're doing there. But we are creating a documentary right now called The Mothers. The Mothers will showcase mothers who have dealt with police killings and then have turned their pain into power and to collectively try to help their community, other people's communities, and other family members of other victims. Be on the lookout for that. We were aiming for a Mother's Day release, but that got pushed back from the coronavirus pandemic. And so when it comes down to the date, we don't have a specific date. There's a lot going on, and I don't think that we're going to have any kind of specific date that we can tell right now, but we will be dropping that in this year probably.
They mad because I keep letting them know about Jerry Hawk. Jerry Hawk was a police officer killed up the block by vice lords because he was wrong for what he did. That's it. They hate to hear the name Jerry Hawk.
That is true. Jerry Hawk was killed in a pizza shop right up the block, about 11, 12 blocks up that direction that we're pointed. That was in the 90s. That is a fact. Jerry Hawk also had, ooh, there goes the lights. The whole block is cut out. There's a huge fire at Metro PCS.
Live, though. Now it's just about to get crazy.
Now we're gonna have fun.
Stop throwing shit.
Hey, don't throw shit. Don't throw shit.
Vice lords is coming for you.
I've heard, I don't know who it is, but when the firefighters rolled up to AutoZone, one of the firefighters was saying, I heard him say this, I'm already getting stuff thrown at me. I can't do this much longer, okay? He was saying that the police were like, no, you're all good because we're gonna control the people. There's fire alarm going off in his apartment building. I don't think the fire is in the building. I think it's just in the Metro PCS building. I personally actually live right down the block from here. This is a wild scene.
We gonna fuck up some more shit.
Act like you know.
We gonna fuck up some more shit. We gonna fuck up some more shit. Y'all might wanna bring y'all piggy asses down here. This shit ain't over, bitch. This is what the fuck y'all created. No justice, no peace. Prosecute the motherfucking police. Bitch. Hell yeah. Set more shit on fire.
So what I was saying about the firefighters is that there's a firefighter in the back distance right there. It doesn't look like they're doing anything right now. I think from what I've read is that the firefighters have been saying that they're not going to respond to fires. They're going to let the city burn if people burn it. But we will see. I'm not sure if that's a specific real thing. Okay, the Amalgamated Transit Union has pressured members to not use the buses to transport arrestees. A statement from one driver specifically said, I'm a bus driver at Metro Transit and a member of ATU Local. Hold a second. This evening while at work, MPD was asking for Metro Transit buses for 26th and Hiawatha. MPD was planning to mass arrest at the 3rd Precinct protests. And I used this tactic repeatedly over the years. As a transit worker and union member, I refused to transport my class and radical youth to jail. An injury to one is an injury to all. The police murdered George Floyd, and the protest against it is completely justified and should continue until their demands are met. I will encourage and try to convince all my co-workers and fellow union members to also refuse to assist MPD, Minneapolis Police Department, sending protesters to jail. Everyone else can call Governor Walz to demand that Metro Transit buses and workers not be used to take protesters to jail. Solidarity, hashtag George Floyd, hashtag Black Lives Matter. That was a message from the Amalgamated Transit Union. It's not just a few people out here that don't like the police. It's not just a few people mad at the situation. This is a whole community that has come out with no leader, with nobody to tell them what not to do. This is the community speaking in a voice that they think that the government might actually hear, because a lot of times a government controlled by power doesn't answer to anything but. So we'll see. We'll see if this changes anything. It might put a little bit more pressure on the political elite. The political elite were already sort of telling everybody else that they wanted charges against Derek Chauvin. Today, Mayor Fry doubled down on that thought, and also Keith Ellison spoke after him at a press conference. Keith Ellison's the Attorney General, ex-representative of Minnesota, I think first Muslim representative of Minnesota, first one to take the oath on the Quran. Keith Ellison, who also has a son named Jeremiah Ellison, who sort of became a political elite in Minneapolis, you could say. And from the 4th Precinct, there was a lot of protests for Jamar Clark in 2015. Metro PCS, phone store.
Also, I've been live for 6 weeks.
Oh, word, thank you.
I really respect being out here in the midst of everything.
Appreciate that, thank you.
And here we fucking go.
Yeah. There's the police pulling up. People are throwing things at the cops.
Back up, back up. Back up.
This is East Lake Street. Lake Street goes down into St. Paul, turns into Marshall Avenue. That's east, that would be that direction. If you go down that direction about 20 blocks, you would hit the Mississippi River, and then you would go into St. Paul. If you take it about 50 to 70 blocks down west, 50 to 70, about 50 to 70, you will go to St. Louis Park. Those bike cops getting moved around. There's not much happening right here at the moment. The police have dispersed themselves and the power moves in different areas. I'm going to sit down on the curb. People are looking for a recourse. I've heard so many times that people don't know what to do. They don't know how to deal with this. This being police terror, this being police killing folks with impunity, state-sanctioned murder is a continual reality. I think if there was a if there was an apartment building that was talked about on the scanner that was on fire, I think it's above Metro PCS, because I'm pretty sure like most of these storefronts, they have apartment buildings above them, and so that is very, very unfortunate for whoever's property is up there. I hope that nobody lives up there. When it comes to the businesses and corporations properties, most of the time they do have insurance. It's all paid for. You can get all of this back through insurance. People say you cannot get George Floyd back. It doesn't work like that. They killed him. It's not synonymous. Again, the concept of humans versus property, people versus property, people versus profit, capitalism in general. People are looking for a new way. Through decades of inequality and strife neoliberal policies, very racist institutions. Most of the people who were like involved in taking shit, expropriating shit, moving shit around, have moved around. They've moved around different blocks. Let me check my phone real quick. Wow. So all across the city, as I said earlier, I don't know if it's confirmed, possibly a pawn shop on a lake in Bloomington was looted, and possibly the owner shot and killed. Possible suspected looter. It's interesting that the police are really letting this burn. They're on the scene for a long time. They're not doing anything to stop this. They have the fire trucks. They have the capacity. The people aren't doing anything to the police right now, and yet the police are letting the building burn. So that obviously says something to some of their tactics, or the fire department chief's tactics. They've already dealt with the AutoZone right up the street, and that's what sort of started tonight being real wild. The AutoZone got set on fire, and the police reacted from there. There was a lot of people gathered at the 3rd precinct, and there was like people were storming the 3rd precinct multiple times, and the police had enough once AutoZone got turned to flames. Okay, I'm seeing that Uptown Apple Store got smashed up. The Target got looted earlier. In the daytime, middle of the day. Target's right across the street from the 3rd precinct, the East Lake Target. So the Uptown Apple Store has been smashed up from what I hear. It's going all the way up and down Lake Street. I just talked about Lake Street, how it goes down about 50 to 70 blocks west. Uptown is west. It's close to St. Louis Park. And the St. Paul Police Department claims to be assisting firefighters in Minneapolis, is what I'm saying. It doesn't seem like there's that, unless there's that many fires and they don't have that many fire department firefighters. But they're not. Let me go see. They still don't have any water going in. Yeah, I mean, maybe they come to the realization that they can't stop it. I don't know. I'll try to ask him. Do you know if there's a firefighter that I can speak to, like a person in charge? Okay. Yeah, I see that. I just wanted to see, like, why are they letting it burn for so long? I don't know. I don't know if you had an answer for it. If they were told to stand down, it's taking them a while. Now the fire truck is coming. There's 2 riot vans, 3 riot vans. These are probably filled with 8 to 13, 8 to 15, probably 8 to 15 riot cops inside of them. It's not their usual riot vans, so I'm sort of guessing on this one. It definitely is the police and their SWAT squad. Well, during the 4th precinct, there was a sustained 18 days of uprising, of occupation outside of the 4th precinct. During that time, there were snatch squads that the police would send. They would send out little units of vans, little white vans. You saw them yesterday. And they would roll in the streets. They would get out and they would shoot people with marker rounds, or they would get out and snatch folks. Obviously, people call them the snatch squad for a reason. That's a tactic. Because we heard from the Amalgamated Union saying that they don't want to allow MPD to use Metro Transit buses for transporting detainees. That's exactly what they do all the time. They just utilize Metro Transit buses and Metro Transit bus drivers to transport protesters from different protests. There's glass breaking on the top floor. The firefighters are maybe now moving in. Is that what's happening? And then they're going to shoot from the top and try to get the fire going out from the roof. Oh no. Oh, technically. They just made everybody get up off of the sidewalk and move back. Things have quieted down a lot. Let me look at my phone again. If there's any main questions out there, I will try to answer them. some of the things I'm reading right now are trying to get some updates. You all have way more update ability because you all have the internet. I do not. I'm out here in the streets in the field. It's very hard to understand what else is going on where I'm not at. So, from my understanding, is that there was another Target uptown. It was just built, like off of Hennepin Lake area. Supposedly that got smashed into. Shopkeepers on Lake Street. This is a tweet from @BigFact. Shopkeepers on Lake Street in the Lynn Lake area have weapons and are sitting in their storefronts. The Lynn Lake area is a notoriously sort of hipster area. It's sort of uptown. It's the beginning of uptown, and uptown is just like bar scene, you know, college kids, very upward mobility white folks. So the upward mobility white folks stores, their storekeepers are sitting in their windows, sitting in their area with guns. I don't have specific confirmation. That is a tweet from Big Fat. It seems realistic if there was a pawn shop, Cadillac pawn, if that pawn shop owner actually killed a suspected looter, this seems very possible that shop owners have guns and are sitting in their storefronts. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a building, apartment building that's under construction on Minneapolis, right by Clark Foods, and that's about to go up in flames. There's fires around that, so yeah, there's definitely multiple fires happening. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. Where you been?
I've been around.
Yeah. Is it cleared up there yet?
They're burning the complex down.
What complex? The new one is burning down? Wow. Do you want to talk at all? So what else? Which one? Where at? Right here? Yeah. Wow, from the inside. I heard the Cadillac pawn. I heard a Cadillac pawn owner shot and killed a looter, a suspected looter. A Cadillac pawn is like Bloomington the Lake. Yeah. National Guard? Where did you hear that? I've heard it, but I haven't seen it verified. I know they'll call me state trooper more before they'll call it Guard, but that's a possibility, man. Not bad. This is 2 days straight, and this is my hood. Yes. Just like there you can expect that to happen. It's not that no, do that over there. So it's a huge difference. Good pictures, I bet. It's a local independent journalist, Chris June, Juhn. Incredible pictures continuously. A lot of movement places, a lot of movement spaces. Chris has started up his own press company called Able Press, and is also going to be doing spotlights on different things throughout the world, throughout the local scene, but also different things like autism and how it affects people in society. and different other such things. And so Chris June is a very great independent photographer. We just saw him right there taking some pictures. Go check out his work. He's on Facebook. I'm not sure if he's on Twitter. Chris June, J-U-H-N. Very good photographer. Had to put him out there. There's quite a few independent journalists in Minneapolis that are very good, and there's also as many photographers that are very, very good. And Chris is one of them. Another we saw earlier, King Demetrius, we saw him, he's always out. Nancy Musangusi, we got Patience Zalanga. We have so many great photographers out here. Typee. I'm missing everybody. If I miss you, don't be mad because I can't name everybody. But it's a beautiful thing to have such creativity and such people with the ability to get such great shots, especially to document history in general. Okay. As the time has slowed down, we hear that possibly National Guard is being deployed. I do not know. That apartment building on Minnehaha that is being erected is now probably on fire from what I hear, and no salvaging it from what I also hear. The Target that's right next to that across the street got looted earlier today. We're right down the street from Pawn Shop. We're right down the street from the bank. The bank got looted. Right down the street. We're right next to the bank. We're in the bank parking lot, basically, on the sidewalk. Good cops are dead cops. You see that graffiti? That's the feeling for a lot of people out here. They feel like this is... George Floyd's murder was a tipping point. A tipping point in the thought process, in the reality. From what I understand, MPD is doing a press conference right now. If you tune away from that, we will try to still be live. So, if you tune away from us and go to that, no worries, go watch it. Tell the comment section what you think. Tell us what you think. Here's the riot vans. What these officers came in. It was really loud over there. I'm not sure you all can hear me, is what I was told. But it was really hard to hear me, so I'm gonna move a little bit. It's not much going on, but water going into the building. These police officers just standing around. People are not throwing anything at them at the time, at this moment. That is St. Paul Police. So the St. Paul Police, that is why it wasn't the white van. It's because of the St. Paul Police. This is their van. And these are all St. Paul Police. What kind of gun is that? This is St. Paul. St. Paul Police just got here. And here's Minneapolis Police. So you see the counter, the Twin City effect going on. Do y'all want to say anything? After the slideshow going on. More St. Paul officers. How you doing, St. Paul? Did you guys just get down here? St. Paul? Just got down here? Yeah? St. Paul. And then that shooter in the middle, I think it's St. Paul as well. It's hard to distinguish the blues because the blues are very similar to each other. Like the light blue and the dark blue. So we got St. Paul light blue and dark blue. St. Paul light blue and dark blue, and then we got Minneapolis. It's the same thing. It's very hard to distinguish it. It's very hard to distinguish one another from St. Paul and Minneapolis, unless you really look at their badges, because their colors are very, very similar. The state patrol, Minnesota State Patrol, was out last night in front of the precinct. We saw a little bit earlier. military police in front of the 3rd precinct. Or militarized police with camouflage. Behind you, bro. It's wild, man. There's still people going inside the U.S. Bank. Literally, all these cops are right here, and there's literally like 2 people storming into the bank still. I'll show you a little bit. But there's people still there, going in and out. Do I go around? I was told I can't go up that street, so I might have to go around. So I'll do that in a second. We'll get another couple shots of this. Again, there's tour. Tour forever. That graffiti means a lot. To me personally, tour was a dear friend. Dear friend. Dear friend for a lot of folks. One of the most genuine individuals one could ever meet. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to go around the block, get you a different angle. It's getting a little stale over there. Wait. Try not to show you go in. There we go. The door is literally wide open to the bank. And here's the blocks proceeding in the back of the bank. Fuck 12, PTSD. Some smashy in the bank window.
Videotape for a documentary or for proof?
We're live right now.
For a documentary or for proof?
Not for proof. Yeah.
Were you out yesterday?
You were. No?
Yeah, you saw a video? I was just gonna say thanks for getting quick.
Did you were the one who got smashed with the baton in the head?
Yeah.
In the neck. I thought I recognized you.
So you know.
Can I film you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Word. Yesterday when the police came in, so people got smashy in the precinct. And then people got into the parking lot, and then from the parking lot, the police reacted after that.
Right.
And the police came in. There was about 2 or 3 journalists up at the scene. I was one of them. You were one of them. You want to talk about what you saw and what happened to you?
Yeah. So I mean, first, I don't know if I consider myself a journalist. I'm just out here for myself, but I feel like my presence is powerful along with everyone else's. I don't condone any of the violence personally. I think that's why they reacted the way they did when they came and set their perimeter with the amount of violence and destruction that was caused to the building. One input that I heard was in that parking lot that was broken into, they were fully equipped squad cars, so there's potentially large potential for danger there. But besides that, my incident, it was crazy because there were so many police that walked past us. And that one officer that singled me out made a beeline directly at me. And I'm not one to play victim. I'm not one to be like, woe is me, right? But I did feel singled out in that moment. I was the only colored person in that area. I'm not quick to say that by any means, but that's what it felt like to me. but he made a beeline right for me. I feel like I kind of held my own. I was glad that I was able to respond as opposed to react, because my initial reaction is, I'm gonna fight this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You put your hands on me, I don't even get a command from you until your baton is in my neck. So, but it is what it is. We're out here for a purpose. Yeah.
Is that bruise on your neck from the baton?
That's from, little shawties, you know.
All right. So it did look like it hurt. I saw it definitely right in front of my own eyes. I was a few feet away from you. How did it feel? Hello? Did it hurt? How did you feel about it?
No, I mean, the adrenaline was so high at the moment. I didn't really feel much pain. I'm not trying to act like a badass, but it's not like it really hurt. You know, I was just like in fight or flight mode. I was scared in that moment, and like I said, I'm just glad that I responded as opposed to reacted, because I was very freaked out. Yeah. So
there were some press organizations that were actually asking what your name was, because they thought you were specifically a journalist that was specifically targeted.
Yeah.
But you were doing journalism. You have cameras in your hand.
You can consider it journalism.
So essentially, it could be considered journalism by other people,
right?
Even if you don't consider it journalism. If you wanted to say your name, you could.
Yeah, I'll absolutely say my name. So my name's Justin, last name's Gaeman, it's spelled Goeman. If you look me up and reach out to me and I don't reply to you, don't feel bad.
Word, yeah. So, yeah, and the reason why I bring that up is because they were looking at the video and they were shocked, and they also wanted to help you in whatever capacity that is.
Right.
I'm not really sure.
I'm not sure that there is any help that I need in this instance. I mean, I broke a lens yesterday because of the rain. It just got waterlogged. It's kind of my fault, though, for not having the protective equipment. I knew I was coming out in the rain. I should have protected my gear, but no, I don't need any help. We're going to be all right. But I appreciate your moment. I'm going to pop back out. I'm sure there's people on here waiting to
Thank you.
take care.
Thank you all, everybody watching.
Absolutely. What's your name, though?
My name is Nico.
Nico?
Yeah.
Justin, like I said.
Justin, good to meet you, bro.
Probably message you at some point if I can find you.
Do that. Georgiadis is my last name. You take care, brother.
Remember that.
I'll try to find you, too. So Justin was the person who was batoned very, very violently yesterday. I know that the video did not show up very clearly, but we will get an HD video of that up in a matter of days. There's just so much going on. Here is the apartment building that's on fire in the distance in the background. Zoom in, get some focus. There we go. A lot of expropriation still happening at the pawn shop. A lot of people still driving around. A lot of people are taking things. The Minneapolis police have cordoned off a block up there, but mostly people are able to move around at will.
Oh, this a gang? Yeah, that's gonna know this shit. Hey!
Give you a quick view of this. People are all up in there. People are smashed up these windows. BLM, fuck 12. There's rims all around, taken from the pawn shop. Fuck 12, BLM, fuck 12, LOW. There's a million fuck 12s. Door open and smashed. Merchandise can be replaced. Black lives cannot. That is the epitome of the actions out here. Justice for George, to my brothers, LTP, fucking police. Some gang graffiti over here. Also, fuck the government. We saw Black and Brown Nation up on the other block of Sedanios 13. WSK. What up? Shit is definitely smashed. This is the clinic. I'm not sure what you... This is the clinic, smashed up. And we're on the south side of Minneapolis. People are not playing. Aldi got smashed up. There's numerous fires up here. You can come on and check it out. Looks like Aldi got looted as well. Alarms going off in Aldi. Give you a view of it real quick. Wendy's got hit up with a bunch of graffiti and vandalism. Death to pigs and capitalism. See, again, like, people are synonymously saying that
They shouldn't be killing people here. How the fuck we supposed to be safe with all these jobs out there?
Wendy's usually open right now. I don't know when they closed. Yeah, all these damn windows are gone. People are still going hard on it. Looks like AutoZone is still burning. Doesn't look like they put it out. That's the back of AutoZone. There's definitely a lot of people out here. My goodness. There's thousands of people. Like, okay, let me try to get you all. It's very dark. We'll try to get back up into the light. Hundreds of people at least in this spot. There's barricades that they've created on Minnehaha Avenue. People can't even go down this street. The burning barricades in Minneapolis. I missed the beginning of it. But we're here towards, I don't know if it's the middle. This is for George. There was a fire in front of Target too. There was thousands of people out here. You think I'm playing? I'm not. If you're in Minneapolis, you would know how big this parking lot is. It's like a 4 or 5 block parking lot, and literally, it's not people all the way in it, but there's people all the way in it. Like there's a lot of people. Trying to take out the stoplights. Personally, I've seen a few riots. I saw the riots of G20 in the summer of 2017. I saw the riots of Athens on the 10-year anniversary of Alexis Grigoropoulos killing by the police in December 6, 2018. Let's be honest, those were massive riots, like shit I've never seen before. The Hamburg especially, the Exarchia. But there's something about this one where it feels more real. It feels more palpable. It feels more angry. It feels like it's specifically for a reason. It's that of anti-blackness, that of the police, that of capitalism within itself. All synonymous, all sort of the same thing. But in general, my feeling about what I see here compared to those other places, not just because I'm from here, not just because I live a few blocks down, but it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling. The police have lost all control. They don't have any control of the situation. They don't have a protest leader to try to tell that they need to keep their shit together. They're dealing with youth. Youth of color that are fucking pissed. Excuse my language, but they're pissed. So many folks I talk to, so many folks I've taught in the years, so many youth I've taught in the years, that you don't have to be aware to know what system you're living in, what type of reality people face. It's real. You don't have to go far to try to figure it out. And this is what it entails. This is the anger that comes out of it when you oppress folks for so long, when you're so suppressive and repressive to other folks for so long. When you kill a man with a knee to his neck, this is a response. Yesterday we saw police react.
We got right there. Come on now.
Today we saw the people react to the police. And yesterday, it felt like, yeah, you good. Looks like Cub got it too. Cub got. Yeah. How you doing? Very good. My name is Nico. Nico, I'm Jonah. Good to meet you. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh. So yeah, it looks like Cub got. There's a fire in front of Target. A lot of folks are out here still. This is like a mall of sorts, and there's multiple places inside this mall.
It's completely gone. There's fires in there, there's shit blowing up. Target, the sprinklers are going off, there's fires inside. This shit is like going for blocks. You know, I don't know how the MPD is gonna fix this, but they brought this upon themselves. They can't keep killing black people for no fucking reason. This was necessary. This isn't gonna, exactly. Exactly. History repeats itself. This shit happened before, and this shit has to happen again. And until this shit stops, this is gonna keep happening. It's not, maybe not in Minneapolis, maybe not in this state, but throughout the country. This shit is necessary.
Yep. Talk it up. Talk it up. What's up?
Yeah, listen, I know all this shit is fucked up and they're doing all this shit. Look at the fires, bro. Look at all the fires. But listen, this is what happens when you kill our people. You can't be killing our fucking people.
Rodney
like
King
that.
2.0, they fucked up. They knew this was gonna have the same results.
Put it at my motherfucking waistline. We outside with sticks. You come through on some stupid shit.
We got some hot shit.
On some racist
They talking about
shit.
they got lethal force.
We blowing.
Lethal force, we got lethal
We
force
blowing.
back,
Long
baby.
live George.
I'm finna show my ass through
I
the
done
clock.
said it 3 times already today. Y'all done took this shit from us, we taking it back.
Nah, but here, honestly, I support y'all niggas. What y'all doing? This is actually good for the culture, low key. So, and Bernie 2020, show him too. Show his shirt. Bernie's the man, for real. He shouldn't have dropped out a fucking election, bro. For real. He would have won that shit. I feel like he would have won that shit. And I'm drunk too. But hey,
They don't want progress here.
tell him.
They don't want good things happening in this country.
Exactly. Black people matter.
Add me on the snap, the King J420, man. We out here.
Don't
John
add him.
Wallace 108, add me though. On the game. On the
And
game.
don't put those in this video.
Hey, we new to Minnesota, baby.
Hey, but hey,
touchdown, it's a first shit.
Unicorn Riot.
Unicorn Riot
On
all this
Facebook.
shit.
Look on your phone. I don't have the totals up here. It's like 20,000 or something.
Yeah, it's like
Hey,
y'all up
put
there
it
right
on me
now.
again. Put it on me again. We outside. We outside.
Y'all doing good. I like it.
Unicorn Riot, this shit. I fuck with y'all. Black people matter. And y'all putting it on broadcast.
Shout out Unicorn Riot for being the real one. I appreciate y'all coming out here and taking care of this, baby. I appreciate y'all.
And fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Because it's black power.
Black power. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. Hey,
All my brothers, we here tonight.
Rest in peace,
We here tonight. We here to fight. We here for what?
BLM, Black Lives Matter, baby. I appreciate y'all.
All right, thanks, y'all. Just heard it from some folks.
I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You're the reason a lot of people are here.
Word.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Look at the fucking target. Did you see what was going on by Moon Palace Club?
What happened at Moon Palace?
Basically, they had the whole supermarket out. They're amazing people. We had our hands up. We had said, hands up, don't shoot. And they shot us with tear gas, mace, everything that's protest. We're peacefully protesting. They don't recognize Americans.
That was before they AutoZone got on fire. I saw that. Yeah, I was there. Yeah. This shit was fucked up.
Yeah.
Shit was fucked up.
What's up, man? What's up?
What's up?
Shit, same shit, different toilet, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers out here getting in early. AM, my name Ray Trey the Boss, dude. I'm a ghostwriter. You feel me? Nigga, I went through some shit tonight. I'm missing my baby. You know what I'm saying? She got dragged out the car. We jumped out the car, Joe. You know what I'm saying? This bullshit right here, nigga, shit should have been happening a long time ago. So, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Fuck the police, you heard me? And Boosie best word, you heard? And Boosie best word. Fuck the police. And baby China, I love you to death, baby. I hope you make it through that shit, because if you don't, nigga, you gonna fuck me up. Real shit.
Look at it, it's fucking chaos.
Where at?
Yo, you see a guard on the way.
I had to mute that shit for that one.
You need a press vest or something.
I got one.
Oh shit, yeah.
Hey man, I don't know who you recorded for, man, but I just want to let you know it's fucked up out here, bro. This is where we from, and we destroying our own city. But there's a reason, man. They got us fucked up. They killing my dude, man. Hey, what they say? What they say? Hey, justice for George Floyd, man, on my mom, man. That's on my kids, man. On my mom, man. Hey, justice for my nigga. Hey, man, justice for my God, man. Hey, and shout out to you, man. Thank you for stopping by, bro. If you want to come up, man, the store's open.
Hey, that's where it's recorded at. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I don't want to get you. What? I thought he was going in.
Why they gotta tear up Starbucks, man? Huh?
It's no fire, nigga. Hell, wow.
Sorry, I'm streaming too. Brad.
Cool. Hey, what's up, Brad?
Everybody said that we were like essentially opposite of each other the whole day.
Oh, yeah?
So they said you're here still.
My name is Nico. What's your name?
Brad.
All right. Where are you streaming from?
Scope? Periscope?
Nice, all right. Yeah.
That's right there, guys. Sorry.
Brad.
So yeah, they were just literally talking. I saw it case to me. Yeah, look at that shit. Sorry. Yeah, dude, it's been nuts. You sure you've been okay? You get gassed at all?
Yeah, I'm all right. What about you all?
6 times? They came in afterward, but I got it 6 times.
Dang.
Man, it's been tough.
What brought you all out here?
I'm running for Congress.
You're running for Congress?
Against Ilhan Omar, and I wanted to document how many people were here actually as elected officials trying to take care of the people that are here.
Oh, okay.
There aren't anybody.
Ah.
So, and then I just turned into streaming everything that's happening, and I had the fire starting on what do you call it? The AutoZone. I had the people that did that. Like, there's so many different things that we have. It's unbelievable, to be perfectly honest with you. So I've been here since 3:30, streaming live. So I took a half hour off just now. So yeah. So hey guys, sorry. Yeah, this has got to be weird. You can have us both up at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Sorry.
Yeah. All right, you all.
No.
Okay. What's your name? Josh. Eric. Good to meet you all.
Thank you. It was just great to see you. And,
appreciate that, yeah.
Keep that shit up. You gonna be here tomorrow?
Yep, I'll be around. All right, you all. Hey, what up? Hey, what up? How you doing?
I said I wouldn't be out here, but
You had to.
no.
I shouted you out earlier because I was like, there's a lot of dope independent journalists out here. And Chris June was next to me and I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
And I brought your name up because you're a dope journalist and a dope photographer. So I was like, look, she's one of the best photographers.
Can I take what I'm
Do it. Yeah.
All right.
Here, I'll act like I'm talking.
Okay.
What news channel is this?
Unicorn Riot. UnicornRiot.ninja. Let me give you a card. You want to speak?
Yeah.
We're live right now.
They're dope as fuck.
How many people you got on?
Like 20,000 or something.
Yo, man. I was gonna say that RP to everybody that lost their life to the police, man. That's what this whole thing is about, okay? Don't get misconfused because everybody fucking shit up. You know how niggas get, but we out here for one reason and one reason only, man. Justice. That's it, all right?
Job for justice, man.
Shout out to all the people that died. Trayvon Martin, all the motherfuckers, okay? George, rest in peace, man. We forever got you.
Hey, y'all seem young. What is it as a youth movement? What does this look like? What does this feel like?
I feel like the streets, man, is finally taking a step that we need to take, coming together and fighting these motherfuckers that we need to fight, bro. They evil. You feel me?
No, fuck the bullshit.
They like aliens to us, man. Shout out CBC Listen on Facebook, Instagram.
You see what happened to what's his name? Litherman or whatever the fuck that nigga name? Who? Wait, what? The dude who got
George Litherman?
He got his penis cut off. When they blowing shit up, you better keep it focused. Keep it focused, nigga. Keep it focused.
I mean, that was already going.
All I want to say is, what's up to Chicago, Minnesota, motherfucking West Side Chicago, South Side Chicago. We out. Shout out Rockford, man. Shout out Rockford.
All right, y'all.
All right, man.
Thank you. That's what we're here for, to gather the words of the voices of the community. When our turn comes, we will make no excuses for the terror.
Let me know when you want me to blast the dog.
A lot of people think that the police are the only ones with guns. That is very not true. As we just saw in this parking lot. Multiple people flashing their guns, it's just show. Those are gunshots.
Hey, Tim.
Those weren't shots at somebody, they were shots in the air.
Yeah, there's shots in the air, yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. Why?
Man, I don't fucking know, man. It's wild out here, bro.
21 guns salute. RIP George Floyd. Fuck Minneapolis Police Department.
Fuck him. Fuck Minneapolis. I gotta say one thing.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him.
What up?
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Dude, fucking wild. Holy shit! Holy shit! Damn.
Yep. We're live right now. You want to say anything or not?
No.
Yeah. Ooh.
Have a good night, man.
Yep.
Are you okay? I saw the fucking flashbang come straight at you.
Really? You saw it?
Yeah, dude. You were standing right when they came out.
Yeah.
They fucking fired that shit. Yo, Rye. Yeah. Look at this. Look at what happened to Nico's arm after the flashbang. Look at this.
Oh my God. It was a marker round that hit me. Yeah, it was a marker round. Yeah.
Oh, it was a marker round.
Yeah, it was a marker round.
Oh shit.
It was green everywhere.
I heard you kept reporting.
Yes, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna stop. Just like this doesn't stop.
It better not. This is like, they need to learn their fucking lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have a good night. Good to see you.
You too. You see, we the problem. Instead of we the people, we the problem. MPD started this, we finished it. See that one? A lot of fuck 12, a lot of BLM graffiti. This ain't it. Fuck 12. Fuck 12. This is cops' fault. Cops did this. Fuck 12, fuck 12. MPDK, Minneapolis Police Department killer. Black Lives fucking matter. Let's get you this one.
man. Shit's insane. There it is. Stay safe.
Why us? A new target.
One more time, uniform right?
We are at war.
Hey, you know, tell him again. For my nigga George Floyd.
Yeah, nigga. Ron_20 if you really trying to see some shit.
Dead ass on the guy. John Wallace 108, don't forget. Add me.
And what they say, 12 got permission to use lethal force. I ain't seen nothing lethal or forceful yet. Where they at?
Where they at?
And I follow you on IG, bro.
Word.
Fuck 12, MPDK. You know how we rocking.
So we're coming up to the intersection where the battle for Snellington Lake was last night. If you ever have seen graffiti, have you ever seen as much FTP graffiti? Or Fuck 12 graffiti, excuse me. Because that's specifically mostly what I've been seeing is Fuck 12. Alright. I, as a human being walking around, am tired. I need to find a place to sit down in a little bit and talk. I definitely want to give you all a vantage point of all of the surrounding area. We got stuck on the other side of the street for a while. Police aren't even guarding their area right here. Their precincts, their fortress. They do have it barricaded up and boarded up. All right, peace, man. The Cub has a new fire. This was actually the bus shelter that the shopping carts were used as barricades. This is the bus shelter. This is about the exact position where I was when I was shot with the mark around last night in the elbow. That shit hurt. Still hurts. The police have lost total control of the city. Total control of the south side. This is a 7 to 8 block radius block party. Maybe 10 blocks. A block party for justice. I need to find some water.
today for that.
Appreciate you. Y'all want to talk it all? Hey, it's the same folks. All right, all right. Yeah.
We still out here. We still strong, baby. We ain't going home no time soon. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. On a lot of hot shit now, boy. A lot of hot shit.
And they behind you with it too.
Tell them fuck to eating you.
All right, so. The AutoZone is back on fire continuously. Oh, there we go. Creeping off in the background. Those guys do not have markarounds, I do not believe. I cannot tell what they hold. They might be less lethals. Yep.
Fucking Penn State.
Stay safe, bro. People are like sitting down, people are chilling, people are very tired, I feel like I am. It's a lot to do this. As a press, it has to be a lot to do it as a press up here as well. Much more so than a press, I believe. Although with press we do have to deal with being in the field and then trying to make media after that. Oh, so these, I'm actually gonna come close back over here. This looks like some of the folks that were on top of the vehicles came off the vehicles too. You see the shooters?
Y'all need to bring it us. Yeah, y'all protecting the wrong team. Y'all trying to kill people. Yeah, I was dead. I was in on here. Hey, yeah, I was too. I was too. Marie, hoorah. We was in the church. Y'all know what time it is. Hoorah. Niggas, y'all on the wrong team. Y'all having fun? Y'all on the wrong team. That's all I gotta say. On the wrong team. And I like that. That's it. You're trying to get a soccer kill, huh? 5 by 6 by 2 3. Yeah, 5 by 6 hard. 762 left there. What's up, fire? Right with the shot. Ready, girl? For what? As long as y'all not mobilized, y'all on the right side. Y'all know it's wrong. Y'all not mobilized, y'all on the right side. Roll ass. Y'all can Let's roll it. Y'all kept the head. That's true. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. We all know that. out here. Y'all gotta make less than the cops ID. Y'all know it. Y'all out here helping these fuck niggas out. I know y'all agree, right? I know y'all agree. We can't breathe. It's okay. Can't breathe. My chest hurt, baby. My neck is closing, baby. We can't fuck you. Matter of fact, click me up with these bitch ass niggas behind me. Fuck you and fuck you, bitch. Oh God. Fuck God. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Can't breathe. I can't breathe. We still standing strong. Still standing strong. All the way. All the way. Them guns ain't scaring us. Ain't they so scared? This ain't scaring us. We still outside. I can't breathe. You see them cowards? All them fucking guns away. Bitch ass motherfuckers, y'all better kill us while y'all can. Say that. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
We're hearing that Walgreens is on fire. Walgreens. A few blocks down.
Fuck 12! Fuck 12! Say it again. Fuck 12! Fuck 12! Fuck y'all! Fuck y'all! Fuck 12!
On the north side, when the police killed Jamar Clark, the gangs on the north side bonded together to protect the protest, mostly because there was incursions of white supremacists into the protest. But this situation, we've seen different cliques out here, different street organizations. We've seen them come together.
What's up? We out here with Big Smoke. We smoking no mints.
Yeah. He's not lying. You can smell a lot of Big Smoke throughout yesterday and today. My shoulder is so sore from holding this bridge. I cannot even describe the pain. And my calves are still shot. Now on the front line is State Patrol.
Do you even know his name?
There's two Camel officers on the top of the roof that you cannot see. They're pointing their guns at people. There's a unit.
Fucking wrong! What if it was your family? What if it was your brother?
Hey, what's up, man? You moved. I lived in that building you're in. You moved, though. Did you move? Alright. Well, it's good to see you again, man. Shitty situation. Fuck these guys, man.
You just shut it the fuck off! I'm still out here! I am lost! This fucking
that supposedly there's a vigilante truck going around with the license plate 163UYJ that has been documented doing attacks, vigilante-style attacks on people, from my understanding. An older white guy, vigilante, and an uninvolved. Okay, from my understanding, John Stites on Facebook has posted a video. It says rioting has definitely reached Uptown. Then it says, we just watched a purposeful hit and run by an older white guy vigilante on an uninvolved black man who happened to be in his car at the scene. He intentionally slammed his truck into the man's SUV. Police briefly detained the homicidal man with the truck, then let him go. We saw him do it again at Hennepin Avenue. License plate and comments, no questioning of witnesses. Cops just fled to the next scene. Destruction is pretty widespread between Lyndale and Hennepin. That's Uptown. Self-appointed vigilante, they literally crashing into people out here, kamikaze style. Watch for his truck. I'll repeat one more time the documentation of the truck's license plate number.